everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 building challenge. Today I'm gonna be doing a puzzle piece jigsaw challenge inspired by Sid Mac, but just adding a little bit of a twist into this. I wanted to do a literal jigsaw puzzle piece challenge, not just random shapes and putting them together, but literal shapes from a jigsaw puzzle, as you can see right here. The way Sid Mac did her challenge was she downloaded a puzzle challenge from the gallery. I'm gonna leave her video linked for you down below, but I thought, why not try the literal jigsaw puzzle piece challenge? So the rules of this challenge are pretty self-explanatory. I have to create a house out of these puzzle pieces. There are 10 of them to be precise. I've made them all myself, of course, with my own hands. We are going to have to intertwine the pieces together to make ourselves a house, and we do have to follow strict rules, similar to a shell challenge where we cannot change the shape of any of the pieces. We cannot remove any walls. I'm going to add that I can add a wall, but I cannot take any walls away. I do have a few corner pieces, so if you do any jigsaws, I love a good jigsaw puzzle. There is like corner pieces, but not all of them are corner pieces. So I'm going to have to think about which piece to use where to make sure that the outside of the house actually does look good. And now that I think about it, I feel like I should have put us on a massive lot first, just so I have a little bit of room. Of course, if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you are enjoying any of my videos, please let me know down in the comments. And also don't forget to use a creator code SandraPica at checkout if you're going to be purchasing any Sims packs. I think that gives me a little bit more room, because personally for myself, every time I play like a jigsaw puzzle, I tend to put like all the corners to one side and then all of like the middle pieces to one side, and then we kind of build in the middle. Is that how we play the jigsaw puzzles? I have no idea. Anyways, so I've got 5 pieces that have a corner or else a flat wall, if you get me. And then I've got 5 pieces that are like almost middle pieces. So do I start working from the outside in, or do I start working from the in to out? I feel like in to out. So I'm wondering, do I put this in the center of the house and then start building off from this? Just say if I put this right there, let's start building, I suppose. I have no idea. Okay, I could then take this chunk and also put it like right here. So we've got a beautiful like long piece like this. Then I could, oh wait, this piece looks dangerous and scary. Wait, actually, I'm gonna undo. I think I want to start with this one and put this one in here, because you see these ones have a lot of like the inner pieces. So these would be really good for pieces like this. I feel like this is still going to look really weird in the end, but whatever, guys. You just trust the process. No, wait, actually, I want this piece to be inside here. And then I can take this piece. Oh, this piece will fit like perfectly here. Oh my God, guys, did you see what I just did? This is like the perfect puzzle piece challenge. It's working out great so far. I feel like it would have been really funny if I maybe did this again, but like painted the actual colors and did like roofing on these already. Also, do I do an upstairs? I feel like I'm gonna have to do an upstairs, because like, what the hell? Oh my God, this looks so bad. Is this even going to work? I haven't really thought this through. But wait, but now that I think about it, this would fit here so well. And that would be our first half piece, as in like wall piece, full wall piece. Oh my God. Do we try this? Is this looking nice? I don't like the way all of these have like the inverted pieces, and then these are all of the outverted pieces. See, I could do upstairs, and we could essentially just create like little gaps like this, and we could turn these into balconies or something. Essentially, I did want this to feel like a complete puzzle piece, but maybe I have not thought about this hard enough, and now I'm struggling. Unless I take this piece and add it here, then this could be like a fun little front courtyard. No, I don't like that piece. Oh wait, actually, unless I take this actually and put this upstairs, so this joins up with that portion. You see, if I put this right here, I feel like that's not going to feel very cohesive. I feel like I need to start again. I definitely want to start with those 2 pieces in the center for sure. So then I'm thinking, why don't I straight off the bat take this piece and actually create us like a flat front? I can even take this portion. We could have like a little bit of a cut in piece like that. So at least we've got something straight up at the front, which is good, I think. Then I could also take this piece and go like that. And this would be like a really fun, kind of interesting piece at the top of the house. So nice. So lovely. Then at the top here, I would need a piece, maybe this one. Is this gonna fit here? Wait, this is gonna fit here nicely to create like another flat piece. So far, if you look at this house, it doesn't look too bad. Well, maybe it does from the top, but it doesn't look that bad, dare I say. So maybe we kind of continue the house downstairs. Oh, wait, I could put this chunk there. Although, no, that will look weird. I think I need a piece that has something going on here for it because I would like to close it off at the front too, unless we do like a front balcony, which would be a bit weird, I think. Wait, I could add this thing here, like this way. So it would create us like another little section right here. But again, that could become some sort of like an interesting kind of balcony piece. So that's quite nice. And also we can create a balcony on that portion. So that means I still have 3 pieces. Oh, wait, no, I feel like I need another piece in here. Is there any piece that would fit up here? I guess this one would. Wait, this one would fit here. Weirdly, but it would. I then could also take this piece and chuck it inside here. And then I'm left with this piece though. So that's not that great. That's not that good. But wait, maybe I could do... Does this even fit in here? Can this piece even... Wait, this piece actually will fit here. So I could do this. Wait, guys. That is bad, but it's not that bad. I think I can make something work out of this. I mean, I feel like at this point, if I start again, I'm going to throw my computer out the window. So why don't we actually try work with this? Are we happy with this beautiful home? Wow. Like, what the heck am I going to do with this portion of the house? Every time I think of doing like an outside balcony, I always think of that Sims 1 house from the Sims 1 like intro video. But this is definitely not giving me Sims 1 vibes. This is giving me horror and tragedy and the worst house build challenge. If you think about it, it looks so big from the outside, but there actually is like no rooms. Because I can't remove any of these walls. So essentially each one of these rooms is going to have to be a separate room. So this could be a hallway, kitchen, dining, office, sitting room, and then what, like a little downstairs bedroom. Then we could do hallway, upstairs bedroom, what, an ensuite out of this. Then maybe like an arts room upstairs or something, or like a kid's room. I guess it's not that bad, but I'm going to save this and we'll move it back to a smaller lot, I think. This is a bit too overwhelming. I'm already kind of feeling my palms becoming sweaty at the thought of the 64 by 64 jigsaw puzzle piece challenge. Okay, so I've put it down on a smaller lot. It still seems quite big. And now that I think about it, wait, which was supposed to be the front of the house and which one was supposed to be the back? Because actually, weirdly enough, I think the back and the front are very similar because we both have like this weird chimney chute here, as well as here we have the same on the back. So any of these can actually be the front or the back. They're both the exact same. So maybe I'm feeling more this being the front, although no, wait now, no. I think it has to be the other way around because the other way around, this has like a lovely lobby front entrance area. But then again, maybe this weird square room could, no, actually I'm going to do it this way, guys. Sorry, I'm like getting all ahead of myself. I'm kind of thinking that maybe I could create this to be the front room now, as in like the hallway area. I have no idea what style of house this is going to be. I think I'm going to try save myself with some of my favorite objects today because so far I'm worried with how this is going to go. But imagine this being like the front like hallway. So then instantly here, this becomes some sort of a bathroom, I think. Is that the way we're really going to do this? That this is going to become a bathroom? Because I did say I don't mind adding like a couple of walls. So I could create some sort of like a small bathroom. But then again, wouldn't it make sense to have a big bathroom this way and try maybe fit a stairs in here into this room? So then this also becomes an upstairs hallway. And then what? How do we even get into this room? That's my question. Like, what the heck becomes this? Unless I do like a kid's room and then the kid has like an amazing play area inside here. That could be fun. And then this could be like the big master bedroom. So maybe we could create a little section kind of coming. Okay, that just, what the heck? Oh, that's my light. My light disappeared. But maybe we could create some sort of like a little small bathroom, like an ensuite attached to the parents' bedroom. I think that would be fun. I think I'm going to try and fit a stairs here because I am feeling a little bit worried about the idea of stairs fitting into this space. Yeah, instantly nothing is fitting. What if I go to the side like this and actually make it smaller like that? Is there any way this would fit anywhere in here? This is just not gonna work. This way, but then up like that. There has to be. Okay, so this could fit in here. Oh, it would be really cool if I could fit this like here somehow. Wait, what if I flip it the other way around? So like back. Oh god, no, wait. Undo. How am I gonna try and make this work? Wait, I want the stairs to fit into this gap. So they'd have to go this way and then that way and then flipped. No, it's still the opposite way around, Sandra. Oh my god, the other way. So this way. Oh my god, I actually, wait, am I a genius? Oh my god, no wonder The Sims picked me to build for a Sims pack. I'm a building genius. That's really bad. But did you see what I did there? I've made the use out of that little small square. Oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. I don't know what I'm gonna put up here, but that's not my problem. Oh wait, that could be like a fun little exit to go out onto the balcony potentially. Guys, I've got to keep that right there, I think. I think that makes sense because I can still access all rooms. Then I'm not like impeding any access to any other rooms. I'm a genius. And it doesn't look the best. It's an extremely steep staircase, but is that my problem? No, it's not. Absolutely not. Forget about it. This is fine. Just don't hit your head as you're walking up the stairs, but that's not my problem. Oh, I hate this line that happens here. I just don't get it. With stairs you put into like a little nook cut in half, they create like a weird gap. So I'm wondering, should I just throw like one of these here to, oh my god, it's not even going to cover it properly, but I think I might just cover it up with one of these because I just hate that line. It just makes no sense how it comes up. So that way then we could kind of cover it up a little bit. I don't really like the way it looks. Yeah, that's better. I think it just has a weird growth on the house. That's all we've got so far. Just a weird growth. Or wait, maybe this one would look better if I do it in brown. And I could just do like one of these also behind it. Maybe that looks a little bit less intense and in your face. I don't know. Anyways, I should stop worrying about that one patch. This is what I still have to worry about. So we're not done by no means. Okay, so I'm thinking this probably should be like the main bathroom because looking at the scenario upstairs, I could create one of these a main bathroom, but I'm still confused as to how we get into this room if this still becomes a bathroom, unless I create this into like an office space, but it's almost like a communal office space that I could do an archway into. So by adding an archway, it would give me the possibility to open up this space and then have a door into, just say, this becoming a bedroom. Maybe first we should figure out actually where we put the kitchen and stuff, because maybe that would also be helpful. So I'm thinking this probably looks like a nice kitchen space because it has a flat wall for counters. If I had to counter around like all of these gaps, I think I would lose my absolute mind. Unless actually this becomes a kitchen as well, because you could do a really nice like wraparound kitchen here and then maybe some extra store. Oh no, actually this would probably have to be archways. I also think that this would be a really lovely sitting room area. So I think I'm going to just call it straight away and create a sitting room inside here. So if that's our sitting room and that's our hallway, at least we've got 2 rooms so far. Thinking that the dining room should probably go in here because I was trying to measure, of course I was trying to measure, but I took this table and I was trying to figure out where to do the dining table. And honestly, here would work, but something's telling me not to do it here. Also, the lighting is really weird with this table, but I just feel like here it would work really nicely. We could do some really nice big windows. I can even do a bigger table, you know. I could make it like a 6-seater thing. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it should be a 6-seater in here. So I think that would be quite nice inside here. This could definitely become a kitchen. We run the kitchen all the way along here. We could even have like the fridge on this side. Oh my god, that's crazy. But imagine like this could be a big enough kitchen, and even that little cart from the kitchen clutter kit, this could go maybe like in the center. Okay, that looks a little weird, but you know, I think we can make this kitchen look really interesting and it's not going to feel like it's a weird shape. Don't worry about it. So then essentially here, what I would like to do is open this place up so that you can create almost like a walkway straight to the dining room, because like how do you get into the dining room? You just don't. And then this leaves me with this square. So I kind of want some sort of an office space here. So maybe this could be like a reading room office space vibe. So again, I would probably have another archway kind of going straight in like this to open the space up in case you want to get, you know, like from the dining room to the reading room, you'd go over all the way here. But then I'm thinking, do we make the reading room kind of like cozy, or do we do a garden space coming out of that area? Because we could do like a nice big double door, like a glass door. Okay, not that one. A nice big glass double door here somewhere, although that doesn't look very well, to be honest with you. Maybe I'll just do a small double door, and we could almost like exit out to the back garden and do something along this way. Or else another option is creating a big double door here off of the dining room, which also could be an option. So we've got options everywhere. And then of course, this is going to become your weird bathroom. Then again though, is this bathroom very weird? Because if you think about it, every single corner has its own thing. We could do a beautiful bath in this corner. We could chuck a shower in this corner. We could even close it off with that glass wall piece. I think this would be brilliant. Is this the most elite layout you've ever seen? Probably not, honestly. But like, I think there's something kind of interesting about this. Like, imagine this like little glass piece to show, oh, we can close that space if we want to, if you're having a shower. That would be a humongous shower. So then we could also have a nice, like, maybe sink over here. I usually like to have the sink on walls where I can see the mirror. So I am thinking about maybe moving the sink over there and then having the bath over here, which I guess is a bit weird, but whatever. And then we just have like the toilet like this, which allows us to do like nice big windows. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe the shower should actually be back here because I could put a nicer window over here. Okay, something is possessing me to actually create this as the exit way for our little patio. Well, not patio, just like back garden area. Because I'm thinking if I'm going to, like, I don't really want to make a balcony out of this. I'm not gonna lie, now that I think about it. I just don't think it's going to have great qualities as a balcony with all of these little points and roofs. And also, there's just no way I could normally roof this without making this look weird unless I somehow create like a singular roof like this, which, I mean, I'm sorry, that looks a bit weird. Although, does it? No, it does. Oh, it does. Oh, that looks weird. So now that I think about it, why don't I add, like, am I allowed to add platforms? Because I could essentially add a platform this way and we could kind of cover up all of that portion like this. Yeah, that looks really bad actually, because I can't really extend this all the way out like that. That just looks really well, actually I was gonna say that looks really weird, but it doesn't look that weird. Like, I mean, it looks a bit weird, but not that weird. Okay, I'm freaking out now, I think. Then I could just run columns like that almost to like keep this portion up. Oh my god, is there just too many features going on in this house? Like, what is this like tent like thing? But also, how the heck do I roof like the top of this? Do I also just use a platform? I really hope using platforms isn't considered cheating by you guys, because like that would make it kind of look okay, but that way then I'm just like covering up all of the shape. See that beautiful natural shape? Then what else am I supposed to do? Unless I actually just embrace the shape, at least at the top of the house. Maybe that's what we do actually. You know what? Maybe we're so proud of the fact that we actually live in a jigsaw house that we want to leave all of these portions at the top at least. So maybe now I'm okay with removing some of it down here. Actually, maybe now that I think about it, these pillars have got to go. We just embrace that natural shape. It's almost like mid-century vibes. I'm feeling mid-century out of this actually. Okay, idea number 2 is that we actually do a little balcony space like this, just say, and then we still have the overhanging kind of mid-century piece. I think maybe that actually would be kind of cool, because then I suppose I could do a balcony space like this, because like I never really do balcony spaces, so maybe that also would be kind of cool to do that. Do I put this little thing inside here? Is that what I want to do? Is that nice? I have no idea at this point, guys. Help me. Okay, so I've figured out a couple of things around around the house. So I've added some glass wall features to those like little those little grooves, those little warts coming off of my house. So at least they look kind of interesting now. I still haven't painted the house, which I was gonna do just now, but it looks a bit weird from the back. But don't all contemporary modern homes like that do? I think they all have a little bit of a weird thing about them, but I think we've actually got figured out like everything now. So we know everything about the house. Actually, no, we still don't know anything about the upstairs. So maybe let's figure that out first before I go painting the house. Essentially, what I do want is this to be the master bedroom, I think. So this will become like the double bed emporium. This is where mom and dad sleep, I suppose. I don't know. So let's just imagine that a bed goes here. Yeah, actually, that's probably quite nice, because then we could do a nice little nook for some wardrobes. Nice little curtains will go over there. But I did say that I was going to add some sort of walls to this. So I'm thinking, why don't I create this into their small little bathroom? We could essentially create this as the entryway to the toilet, and then they've got an ensuite, which I think makes a lot of sense. This then becomes the kids' playroom, because I want this to become the kids' room. So again, I'm going to use this little cavity as a door space, which I think would look quite cool. We could almost do the same thing right here. So the kid, well, actually, do you know what? I can even turn this into an archway because this is the kid's like little play area. So the kid is like a nice sleeping area and then it goes through it. The child then goes through into this portion. Also, the child has two tiny little minuscule balconies, which I was kind of thinking of maybe adding like a grass patch there. So it's not necessarily like a balcony. It's just like something, just like touch grass a little bit, you know, like that kind of way. So I thought that was quite weird, but also quite dangerous. I love the way the child gets the two balconies, but whatever, let's just not worry about that. But at least that way then we've got a hallway upstairs, master bedroom. Oh my God, I love this. Oh my God, what is this fabric? Oh my God, I love this carpet. As in, like, I've seen this carpet before, but this texture is really cool. So imagine this is going to be the kids' room. And then this is like a nice toilet. I'm just painting the floor, honestly, purely because I'm so confused with how this is working. So I just want to make sure that I see it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there we go. We've got the whole house figured out, guys. It isn't even too bad of a house. It's just obviously a weird shape. So I think I might just finish off the outside of the house and then we can move into the inside. I was also thinking maybe of doing a little bit of a playground area. Since this is such a big lot, it doesn't have to be, but maybe we could create a playground for the kid. I mean, the kid seems to be an extremely spoiled child here, so let's just play off of that narrative. Okay, I can't create these. I could do this. I guess I'll have to create this. And then do we add a slide onto this as well? Yes, we do. To be honest with you, did I think I would have used playgrounds a little bit more since we've gotten them? Yes. But do I still love the idea of the playgrounds? Also, yes. I think they're also really cool. I guess I just never really play with like generational gameplay. I feel like I always say that term, but I just never do. But I guess it would be kind of fun to have a little playground here somewhere. I think that's cute. Okay, guys, so this is what I've done to the outside of the house, and it's different. It's weird. I mean, I don't really like this balcony space, but at the same time, I think it's actually kind of interesting. It's definitely something different, but now I'm thinking like, why didn't they just use the whole space? So I'm trying to figure out that maybe this is like a temporary design, or it's just for health and safety, or maybe it's actually design. I have no idea, but this is what it looks like. And we've got this beautiful balcony space with this really gorgeous games table. Actually, didn't realize this games table was so pretty, but that's what we've got here. And then downstairs we've got a little cute seating area, another seating area over there. We've got some bikes at the front of the house because I was like, what the heck do I do in this courtyard? Actually, now that I think about it, maybe I could also do this hopscotch thing. There's like a nice white version of this, so maybe that would be actually kind of cute at the front of the house. I never really do like kids rooms, and I think we're gonna really prioritize the idea of the kid here, especially because over here they've also got this massive playground and a beautiful little Enchanted by Nature dollhouse. Sorry, I forgot what they were called. That's really weird. And then a cute little Enchanted by Nature toy box. I think the Enchanted by Nature toy box honestly is like the best toy box to use outside because it just fits. Like, it looks so adorable. I just want to put like a cute little family of those around. But anyways, I think the kid has enough. We've also got a nice dining table and like some planter pots and things. But where can we try and move into the inside of the house? And maybe let's try figure out a little bit of how the sitting room should look, because I guess it's a bit of an awkward shape. Like, what the heck is going to go inside there? Probably a bookcase, logically. I actually think that maybe this bookcase would look cool in here, even though the books desperately clip through it. But maybe this is like a shelving kind of unit thing. I think this item was designed to also work like that in this space. I'm not entirely too sure why they've made it work like this, but maybe this makes sense. The fact that it's like shelves rather than anything. How about this beautiful kind of orangey couch? And I'm kind of thinking maybe like this rug would look quite fun here. It's a bit of a big rug, I'm not gonna lie. I usually like my rug to be just on like the edge of the couch. I don't know why. Don't ask. I have weird things when it comes to rugs and things like that, so don't ask. Might actually use this in black as my little console table for the TV. Shove the TV up above here like that, and I think that should be a nicely kind of spaced out sitting room, even though like, what the heck do I do on this corner? Maybe just nothing. Maybe just some paintings. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. I don't know why I'm getting inspired by the paintings before I'm painting the actual walls, but today is the day. We do things backwards, apparently. I've only just realized there's actually two nooks like that. I couldn't believe like I couldn't even see the other one. But I've got two bookcases like this, and then we've got all of your objects placed down before I go any further with the walls. I've also done like this really nice, well, actually it looks a little silly because they're like crossing over each other. But maybe that's a really cool design of like some shutters. I have no idea. And also I found that this chair from from Adventure Awaits works really nicely with this couch with the orange. So I'm just gonna paint the walls now, and I think that will be our sitting room. I kind of like the idea of this like sandy wall. Is that something that could potentially work here? And maybe over on this side too? Why, you ask? You just shouldn't ask why. Only thing you should ask is when. When are we gonna stop doing this? Where we paint each wall a different color in this house? Oh guys, I have no idea. It's just never gonna stop, is it? I honestly really like this room. I don't think it's that bad. I think it has cute charm to it. And it definitely has some interesting vibes and very much so interesting objects here too. But I think it's quite cozy and definitely oddly shaped, that's for sure. But let's maybe move on. Let's just do this little reading room quickly as well. Maybe we could kind of copy, well, not copy exactly, but like get inspired quite a lot by the sitting room. So I want this room to feel like we come here to relax and almost like do a little bit of work, but also like it's like those kind of dark reading rooms with like a big bookcase. What if you guys actually recently asked me, where did I get this bookshelf? And you thought that the ladder was separate, but this is actually the bookshelf from that jewelry making stuff pack. And it actually comes with the ladder itself, which I think is a really nice object. And speaking of, actually, I think I might put that here because that is exactly the kind of vibe that I'm looking for. That kind of like dark, musky reading room vibes. Maybe we could also put another one of these here just to really fill the space with like a lot of books and things. And then I do also want a desk in here somewhere, but where the heck am I supposed to put a desk in a space like this? Hold on a while. I feel like I'm actually gonna have to move this and maybe just do different types of shelving. Maybe we could just get another one of these and do that in there. Is that a bit weird? No, maybe that's a bit weird. Maybe we need a different book shelf. This desk has the weirdest snapping points ever, and I just really wanted to put that salt lamp like there, but that feels like it's gonna fall off the edge, so maybe I'll actually put it here. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing at this point. Okay, so we've got like a nice desk set up with like a fancy watch and then like this stained cup of coffee and some glasses, so it obviously makes a lot of sense. So I feel like this is definitely a person that maybe is into like reading or writing. Maybe I think that would be quite cool too. But maybe we could also do a little bit of like a seating area in the center. How? I have no idea. But wait, now maybe if I get these chairs, right? So imagine these kind of at an angle like that, because these are quite skinny kind of feeling. I almost feel like I want to create like a book club here. So maybe these people like invite over their like book club friends and they sit in the middle of the reading room drinking coffee or whiskey, I have no idea, and they just like describe the books, the new book ideas. I have no idea. It does seem a little bit weird and a little bit squishy, but this room is kind of big, so I'm thinking I don't think it's too far-fetched of an idea to do that. Okay guys, I'm actually obsessed with this room. So this is the little reading section that I've created. I've added some cushions just to make it feel a little bit more cozy. Maybe it's not that serious, but we just like to pretend it's serious. You know, it's a serious reading club. It's actually a cult. I don't know. I have no idea what the heck's going on here, but I guess it just makes this room a little bit more. It's almost like your back sitting room. A lot of Irish homes have that. They have like a front and a back sitting room. So I don't know, maybe that's like a fun idea for this space as well. I never really do things like that too. So I like the way we've managed to merge these two together. And now that I'm working on the house, it looks a little bit less and less like puzzle pieces and a little bit more like an actual home. But still, the nooks are so random that it's actually hilarious. Okay guys, so I've done the bathroom downstairs as well, which I am obsessed with this bathroom, right? Let me just take you around really quickly. So it's like Mediterranean, kind of tiled terracotta, but like navy and blues and kind of oranges working together. I've also created this little, oh my god, I can't even see it, this little space for the shower. I remember when the sleek bathroom kit came out, I made this like nook thing. I don't really remember if you guys remember either, but I've kind of created that nook back here again, and then we've got also the bath area over there. So weirdly enough, I really love the shape of this for practicality, because you've got everything in every single corner, so it almost like works absolutely perfectly. It's still very weird. When you zoom out, you're still like, what the heck is going on? I also did the bathroom upstairs as well, just to speed things up a small bit. So we've got like black and kind of oranges, Mediterraneans kind of popping through again. And of course, I've just really quickly done the hallway as well, because that's a bit boring, but that's just what we've got going on here for us. So I reckon let's do the kitchen. And I'm thinking actually with that Mediterranean vibe, vibe. This little tile moment is actually pretty cute. So I wonder, should we try and maybe get inspired by that? I feel like the whole house already kind of has like that lovely, warm, rich kind of feeling. So I'm wondering, can we actually work with something like this? How about this like a light beigey, yellow and green? And we can maybe work with something to kind of complement that color too. Actually, there's no color in these counters that I'm kind of liking. I was almost kind of choosing something like this, but I don't know whether this is actually any bit nice. It's from like the spa day pack, but is this really going to give me the vibe I'm looking for? I'm not entirely sure. We could go with that brownie kind of color throughout here as well. Oh, this does actually have a nice cabinet thing as well, so we could create like a fun little cabinet section right here. This is actually where the sink could be also. That would be quite interesting. We can make the sink nice and bronzy, and maybe we could do the washing up section over there. Yeah, hand on my heart, I don't think I've ever used this cabinet, and I'm not sure if I like it, purely because what are those like metal pipes coming out of it? It's a little bit jarring. I don't know whether it fits my lovely cute aesthetic. Okay, I've changed it. I know I've changed it, but I think this also does look quite nice, and maybe we could go with this like brown kind of aesthetic throughout this space at least, and then maybe in the dining room we could kind of do a little bit more of like that terracotta. Oh my god, the yellow, it matches the floor perfectly. Okay, wait now. That's a bit weird, I think, but I kind of love it at the same time. Maybe these portions at least can just be like this pattern, or is that going to be weird? Maybe a bit weird, but maybe I'm kind of vibing with this. I don't know how to feel about this yellow room, so I might step away for a minute. I also think I'm going to make every single archway kind of like a brown color. What the heck is supposed to go inside this nook, honestly? Maybe just one of these cabinets, but like a long version. Yeah, actually, wait a second. Oh my god, that nook is literally made for this thing. That's brilliant. I don't know if this challenge is making me really think outside the box a lot with my like decor choices, but it's definitely inspiring something in me to do something slightly different. I mean, I don't know how different this is, but it's kind of different. Maybe we could have like this little iPad thing right here, so we're like prepping our recipe just right there. That's really cute. Actually, I've got apples, like a load of apples at home, and I really want to make this like apple crumble. Well, it's not actually a crumble, it's just like you take apples, right? So imagine this. Why am I like teaching you how to cook on my channel all of a sudden? So you take apples, right, and you chop them up and put cinnamon and sugar on top of them. Okay, so imagine cinnamon and sugar coated all over your apples, and then you put them into the air fryer for, I do not remember how long, but I'm just gonna figure that out, you know, like I usually do with my builds. I figure out that with my cooking as well. So you figure out how long you want them in there for, just to kind of like crisp them up, golden them up, I suppose. And then once they're done goldening up, you obviously take them out, as one does, and then you take vanilla ice cream and you put it on top of it, and it almost like melts. Well, the ice cream melts because of the warm apples, and you've got like this quick apple kind of like crumbly pie feeling sensation, and it's beautiful and it's amazing. Well, I mean, I've never had it before, but I am going to have it today because I saw a recipe on TikTok and I really want to try it. So yeah, I just thought I'd tell you because I think that's brilliant. And also, while I was doing that, I think I made this kitchen look quite cute. Do you know what I never put into my kitchen? Hand towel. Look how cute these two like bathroom hand towels look right here with like the two different colors in like the sink area. I actually would love to have a sink area like this, like a wash up section. I think that's beautiful. This is what we've turned out like here. I think it reminds me of like a style, and I cannot figure out what the style is. It's quite like an old fashioned ish kind of feeling kitchen, so you guys can let me know if you can figure out what style I've accidentally created. But anyways, the dining room, I mean, I love the matchy, but I think the matchy is kind of giving me a little bit of a struggle, and I do kind of like the way the tiles are carrying through, so I'm wondering, would I try to push through with this brown tiling and this tiling on the ground and figure out if there's anything else I can do, maybe with just like regular wallpaper? Like my gut is telling me to go for, you know, like paneling, make it really pretty. Maybe the one way of actually creating this space into a nice livable dining room is through using the things that I know and truly love. And maybe actually if we darken the wall a little bit like that, maybe that would have a nicer feeling, or actually even maybe more. Or else we could do this like really dark brown concrete. But is that like contemporary meets traditional and it creates tacky. I really couldn't tell you at this point. There's something about this space that I really, really love, and there's something about it that is absolutely terrifying the life of me. Wait, could this be the one? I feel like this could be the one because it's brown enough so that it complements the textures on the ground. Why is this whole house like brown? Brown with like pops of green and blue. That's fantastic. We're gonna have to make the upstairs a bit more colorful. I'm just working on this dining room and I'm like, what else do I put into this nook? And it brought me back to, I think it was yesterday's video where I put a punching bag in there. But like, I think that would be a bit weird because I know that punching bag would be functional, but obviously like, why the heck would you need a punching bag? This is a normal house. We don't need weird things like this. But I am desperately struggling with what to put in there because I wanted something functional. But now that I think about it, maybe I will just put like a random little display cabinet case. Maybe these like extra towels and stuff that we could potentially use in the kitchen. So maybe that's like an extra storage space. Oh god, there's another one. Oh my god, I keep like turning around and I get a jump scare because there's another like nook. I'm sick of the nooks and crannies in this house, honestly. Okay, I've created my own little shelf thing with random clutter, honestly, just random stuff. I mean, I'd like to think it's more so like an extension of the kitchen, that like we have some nice items here too, but genuinely I don't know what I'm after putting on that shelf, so just ignore it. One of my favorite things to do when I don't know what to put on a wall is to like put a random painting, and the painting might not match the other painting like whatsoever, but if you put this like fancy painting light up above it, so to make it look like it's lighting up the actual image as if it was in a gallery, then it almost feels like, oh, that's fine. Like obviously this is the way it's supposed to be because that's how it would be in a gallery. We just bought these really expensive paintings, so it kind of looks like it's supposed to work like this. Okay, really weirdly enough, I'm actually obsessed with the way that this room turned out. It's just so beigey and yellowy, but it actually has some amazing qualities in it, and I've managed to match these chairs with this like horse ranch table and my lemon yellows. Really bring lemon yellows, excuse me, what did I just say? Anyways, I like this room, so I'm gonna move on. So that completes the whole bottom of the house, and I am on a mission now to go upstairs and make this kids room a little bit colorful, even though I desperately really want to use this flooring, which is only just like navy and white. Maybe we're just a sophisticated family and we love the idea of like navy and dark neutral colors. Oh my god, imagine the poor child trying to sleep in, well actually not poor child, I mean a really privileged child, never mind, but maybe we do need to make this a little bit more colorful feeling. I really do love this rug. There's something so adorable about this, but is this just gonna look weird like that? I guess I could do two separate carpets, one being a little bit more neutral and then the other one more fun, because this is going to be the like the fun playroom. Oh, the light pink like gradient wall. Actually, wait, now that's not too bad. Maybe I could also add, oh my god, do we just make everything pink? I feel like that might be a bit much. Oh, the neutral pink, it literally almost looks like the floor. I need to break it up with something. What if I do these like white kind of tiles like this? Obviously it's like tiling, or sorry, brick, but in Poland, I feel like I always mention this in my videos, but in Poland a lot of people use that kind of like wallpaper vibe, so maybe that's what we've done here. Although, does it kind of get rid of that soft cute vibe? No, actually I regret everything. No thank you. I mean, everyone's doors are brown, so I feel like we should continue the brown craze. But now that I think about it, should I not just do the same kind of brown accent as is everywhere around the house? Actually, you know what, maybe that looks a little bit better because we also have a black door, so maybe I'm actually happy with the way this is looking. Where the heck do I put this child's bed? I kind of wanted to do a bunk bed, but since there's this beautiful big window, I just don't think that's going to work. So maybe let's pick out some funky kind of curtains. What about these ones today? These ones are pretty cute. They've got like little pink fish on them. That's adorable. If you ask me, pink fish, so cute. I really, really love the colors of this bed. I think maybe that would be quite cute in here. Maybe this child is like obsessed with the color pink, but also they do enjoy like some accents of like pink and gold because gold is just elite. I want this as a little bedside locker light, but I might actually just put it on the floor. Don't think it looks too weird on the ground, and maybe up in the bedside locker instead I might just put like a little toy. I like to take this dude and make him slightly bigger because I mean he's cute and all, but he's just a bit too small. Like, I don't need glasses, but sometimes I feel like I need glasses playing this game because I can't see a thing. So look how adorable that looks. I really love this bookshelf for some reason. I've been using it recently quite often. I think I've used it like twice, but whatever. So maybe we could do this kind of thing right here. We've got a little ram poof because I like the idea of an ottoman in a bedroom, especially when you're trying to get changed and you need to sit down and put your shoes on. I think that's quite good to have there. What's gonna go in this cranny? Okay, I hate the way I said cranny. Nook. I have no idea. Do I just do more bookshelves? Does this kid love reading? I have no clue at this point. Like, surely there has to be, oh wait, maybe a toy, like a thing. This dude, he could go right here. Maybe that's his little sleeping rest point. You know, that's where he recharges. It's actually kind of creepy, but maybe that's where he goes. And he's got like a light above him. She's like, dude, lights. And then he just goes like, doo-doo, and then the lights are off. Maybe that's what happens here. So she just imagines that this dude is alive. Okay, that's a little creepy, but whatever. And then in this square, I would like to think I actually could have turned this into another little like private bathroom. Should I do that? Because I know I said I can add walls, of course. So I could just add this there and then have another door here. And the child can actually have their own their own public bathroom that everyone from the outside will come and visit. I mean, as a kid, I barely had a bedroom. We had to like create a wall to have as my bedroom, like, because we lived in like a really small, technically studio apartment. So when I was born, my parents had to put up an extra wall so that I have my own room. Whereas this child has its own private bathroom and it's going to be pink as well. So that's adorable. Okay, so this is what I've done. This is a little cute, a little pink bathroom. Then we've got some clutter over here. And then I've created a little tea party scenario. So every little bear or like little decoration has a little cup. And I think that's so cute. So I can just imagine maybe like whoever's room this is, they're just like chilling here, you know, making cute little like decorations, taking pictures and making friendship bracelets and having a tea party with their little teddies and stuff. I think that's so adorable. So this child's room is so beautiful, but we still can do this section right here. So we could still do some fun things over on this side, but I'm thinking that maybe in this nook should probably have some sort of like a desk. This cute little pink one. Should we go like all pink? Or maybe this more crafty one? Although no. Or maybe this one. So maybe we could do some sort of like a section like this just for homework. I want to say, because we will do like fun toys and stuff on the other side of the room as well. But I feel like we do need just like a section for study, because I feel like this child plays a lot with her little tea party friends, but there's not a lot of studying going on. I'm joking. I have no idea what's going on here, but maybe we could have like this cute little candle and maybe just like some cute little books with some grilled cheese up here. But I'm still 90% sure that should be functional. So I more than likely will also add like an activity table. So these ones are pretty cute, but I think with these ones you can kind of create whatever crafts you want. But I also see, I kind of wanted this, but I also wanted the new paper crafting, but you can't put that on top of it. I wish the paper crafting worked the same that the Enchanted by Nature press works, because you can use that on the ground, specifically when you're a child. So I don't understand why we couldn't have this object, but like also with animations to work on the ground. I think that would have been really cool. So we could do like a little science station, although this does cause fires. It's kind of cute, and I guess I never really use it, so maybe that does make sense. Oh, these things are so cool, but I think these are just like decoration pieces. I suppose we could maybe put this one here. Maybe this kid is actually really smart and they want to be a rocket scientist. Oh my god, that's such a cool swatch of that. Oh my god, I'm actually obsessed. I think that looks so cool. I don't know what to put on top of this, so maybe just some stars, but this is not like a baby thing. This is like, we're into astronomy. Like, that's actually what's going on here. So don't get it twisted. We just love astronomy. I might use these curtains here in this room as well a little bit, just to close off this space a tiny bit. But yeah, that should still be functional with your sim just kind of walking around there. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do inside this room. So I've also gotten this little table right here. So this is like a crafty card table, and I actually really love the way this looks. Like, it looks so well made. So maybe this kid is like super crafty and they've obviously like made a lot of these things themselves. I think this is the wing of the house for the kid, which I think is amazing. So the one last room I've got to do is just the parents' bedroom, which I actually think I'm going to get inspired by this bed today, but let's maybe pick out a random color. What color haven't I used yet today? You know what? Let's pick out a color that we haven't used. Okay, we've got like yellow, green, blue, kind of orangey in the sitting room. We've got pink. So what do I do? Like red in this room? No one's forcing me to do a color challenge, but Sandra just like desperately needs to do a color challenge. I have no idea why. Maybe we could do something like this. Maybe just like add a little bit more wood on these portions. Maybe these are like the temporary walls, kind of like that. I think that's actually kind of fun. I have no idea what's happening in this room, but maybe all of these people in this house love astrology. No, not astrology, astronomy. Maybe like one of the parents is actually an astronaut like you actually couldn't tell at this point in this house, but I'd like to think that maybe they're really into science and they're into going to space and all that jazz. So maybe that's why they can afford a house like that. And logically, that does seem like a genuine explanation for a family that looks relatively well off. Like, what the heck? Where do they make this money? So maybe genuinely these people are astronauts. One of the parents is for sure an astronaut and the other parent is a scientist. That's what's happening here and we love it. So that's why they've got like a reading room downstairs. I was going to put another like reading room inside this corner because I actually have no idea what to put into this corner. But maybe no, we don't need any more bookcases. Maybe we just need like another little chest of drawers because like obviously we need room. Or maybe this could be like a vanity space, like a vanity section. One time I made my own vanity space. How did I do that again? I think I did it with a shelf. It wasn't functional, but it did look cool. You see, so I made my own like little vanity section, but I think it's just like a different way of creating a different space with an illusion. Oh, do we do like the red lamp? No, that's a bit weird. Maybe just like this little lamp. I don't know why I love this lamp so much. I used it when I was building for obviously Enchanted by Nature. I think it's just something so beautiful about it. It's such like a nice made piece and it looks quite expensive. Obviously slightly old, but I do really like that. Okay, I also know that this telescope is not going to be functional here, but I'd like to think that maybe it's a little bit more of like a piece just to add, well, a piece like as in an aesthetical kind of decoration now. So maybe that's something they got as an award for becoming the best astronomer the world has ever seen. I have no idea what the heck is going on in this space, but I actually really like this room. And I think sometimes when you think about a storyline, it really does help you narrate your design mistakes because I feel like in this house, obviously we still have to remember that this was the puzzle piece challenge. It doesn't seem like that now. I mean, now that I look at the house, if you squint your eyes and not look at all those like divots inside there, the little nooks and crannies as I called them throughout the whole video, you kind of can see a really nice cohesive house. But guys, I think it turned out to be a pretty interesting house. And now that I figured out a storyline, I think it makes a lot of sense. Well guys, I think I'm just adding a few last touching pieces. Excuse me, what does that mean? Few last little touches here and there. But I think one last thing we've got to do is do a little tour. Well guys, welcome on into my puzzle piece jigsaw home. This was heavily inspired by Sid Mac's video recently where she did a puzzle piece challenge, but I actually decided to go a little bit further and create my actual puzzle pieces. So let me know if you'd like me to try this again. But honestly, even looking at it from this side, could you tell this is a puzzle piece house? Probably not. From the inside, 100% you will be able to tell, but let's have a look at what it feels like when you come in. So first, when you come through the front door, I mean, there is a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie, there's like weird angles, weird like walls coming out, but I think with the addition of like that wooden feature, it can create a sensible space to make it look like things were done on purpose. Maybe, as I said, these are more so like temporary wall pieces. Why did I go upstairs first of all? I have no idea. Anyways, maybe these are like temporary wall pieces. Maybe whoever was designing this house was drunk or something. I have no idea what the heck happened. But anyways, this is the sitting room that you've got going on here for us. This then is your beautiful little like reading room office space. So as I said at the start, I thought this person, whoever lived here, was an author, but maybe these people are either scientists or astronomers, people that go into space, astronauts, Sandra. Astronaut is the word you're looking for. But honestly, these people are really knowledgeable, la-di-da-di-da, I don't know, but they can afford this house. That's all I'm gonna say, because it does look like quite an expensive house. Loving the bathroom. I mean, I'm sorry, the idea of the blues and like the terracotta and then like that navy color, I love it. Like I love the navy with the gold working together. I would love to have a bathroom kind of similar, inspired to this. I think this is still a little bit messy throughout, but I kind of love what's happening here. Then we've got your kitchen. So the kitchen, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about it. I love the functionality of this corner, but then everything else, I'm just not entirely too sure. So I'm going to skip past this quite quickly. I love this dining room. I think it's such a weird, clunky and messy dining room. Oh, wait now. The idea of my fancy art on the wall being bought and displayed such as an art gallery, it makes sense now because these people are so rich because they're astronauts that they can afford to have actual like modern art on the wall. So upstairs, of course, you can exit through this little portion and have like a nice little balcony space. And then let's just do the parents' room and then let's leave the kids' room to last because I'm very proud of the kids' room. I actually love the parents' room as well. Like looking at this with like the telescope and the gold accents, I think it actually is quite pretty. And then this is my little DIY little vanity section right here. So I think that's quite cute as well. And then we've got just a very, very simple bathroom. Love the colors as well. I think it's quite pretty. And then the one last room of the house, well, actually two rooms that we've merged into one. This is the kids' kid's room. I mean, the kid looks like they would have the most fun in this bedroom. Like, look at this. It's kind of cluttered. It's kind of messy, but you can tell with little touches of like, oh, brand new shoes. Oh, violin classes. Of course, this is money. Like, parents have a lot of money because they're all astronauts. This is the child's private bathroom ensuite, 2 balconies. This house is probably bigger than my old apartment that I lived in before. I mean, like, this kid's room is bigger than my old apartment is what I was trying to say. Anyways, and then the kid likes crafts and things. So a crafty kid mixed with science, and I keep wanting to say archaeology, but it's astronautology. So this kid is really figuring out who they want to be when they grow up. And obviously you've got actual touches of what maybe the parents do as a job. I don't know. I think I like this storyline more so than I actually like the house. I think it's so cute, and it really makes me want to maybe do a let's play, like a randomized rags to riches let's play, where I have to randomize parents and what they do and then what their kid will do. But looking at the way this house turned out, I'm extremely proud and so inspired. I want to try something like this again. So I'm very interested to see what you guys are going to think of this puzzle piece challenge. Maybe I should do it on a bigger scale, or maybe a smaller scale, like a tiny home puzzle piece challenge. Let me know what you think of that. Well guys, I'm going to leave you right here with my puzzle piece home. Thank you so much to Sid Mac for inspiring this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you are new here, and if you have enjoyed even a sliver, a smidgeen, a nook and cranny of this video, oh my god, I need to stop saying that word. But if you have enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you are going to be purchasing any Sims packs and would like to support my channel, the best way you can do that is by using my creator code in the promo code section at checkout on the EA app. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know your suggestions as per usual down in the comments, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye!